Okay.
Okay, so yeah, today is going to be an easy session. I just want to take time out to welcome you to our topic, our webinar topic tonight for, introducing the title commitment, the ABCs to the title commitment. You know,
Mhm.
um, a lot of times you see these on your contract and we kind
Mhm.
of just blaze through it, but it kind of has some meaning to it. And tonight I'm
Okay.
just going to do like a brief overview. Of course, we always have our title partners, escrow officers, and assistants where they can kind of go into detail. But I just want to point out, some of the sections in this title commitment that as a
Mhm.
realtor, we should be looking for, and we can also help our client look for as
Okay.
well. So
So
I'm
don't we have any more people coming, Robert?
I'm not sure. So we put the link out there for everyone to come on to, but here's some more people coming in right now. But
Okay.
on the link,
Mhm.
it's up to everyone in their time on if they can get to the meeting or not. Hello and
Sure.
welcome. So I'll just continue to go as we, get people in. I'll let them in, but for the most part, I'm going to stay on time just so that we don't waste your time and we can get
Okay.
out of here at a reasonable time period.
Okay, thank you.
All
I'll
right.
mute myself.
Okay, no problem. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, so understanding the title commitment. Like I said, I call this pretty much your ABCs to the title commitment, and I'll show you why. So the biggest thing is, what is the title commitment? It identifies the terms that the title company are going to provide title insurance, as well as any issues, exclusions, exception coverage. Ultimately, the title commitment offers protection for the buyer and the lender in this case, and they call it a title policy. All right. So it's a commitment to give a clean property turnover exchange of ownership to the next person, and also, insurance that it was done correctly. So I like I said when I started, I call it the ABCs of the title commitment. So it's broken down into 4 sections, and each section it kind of goes over different things that's going to take place. The first section is Schedule A, and this is like your actual facts. When you look in there, you're going to see the who, what, where, how much, and of the transaction. So that's Schedule A, the buyer name, seller, whoever, the mortgage company. We're going to get into detail about that. But then in the next section, which is Schedule B, is the buyer notification. It just puts them on notice of the terms of the party to control the use of the property. A lot of times on, the contract where you hear title commitment and you have 3 days to object, we're going to talk about that. All right. The next session is C, clear to close. This is good because, if you don't get clear to close, then, you got to kind of work on that until you do. So there's some things that need to happen. And this is why we actually hired a title company. They help us go through this whole process to make sure that we're clear to close and there's a good, clean transfer of title. Okay. And then the last section is Schedule D, which is your disclosures. It just outlines all the parties and who will be a part of the insurance premium. Okay. Um, so at the end of the day, there's 4 sections: A, B, C, and D, and that's what they're called. So in Schedule A, some of the things that you should expect to see is the date of the title commitment, the amount of the title policy, the type of policy it is. If there's a cash buyer, you might have a personal or owner's policy. If there's a lender, then you have a lender's policy. Okay. But the name of both the buyer and the lender will be on the lender policy. Okay. And then you got your, estate or interest that's being conveyed. Those are the things that you should expect to see in Schedule A. Right. So although this information is straightforward, proofreading for spelling is, critical. You want to make sure the buyer's name correct, the title company, everything is done in a great manner, because this is going to be the final recording of the deed once you guys agree to it. All right, so in Schedule B, this is where I told you the buyer is going to be wanting to pay attention, because this is where you'll find anything about encroachments, setbacks, anything pertaining to survey that you may have an issue with, right? So at the end of the day, you got special exemptions such as easements, taxes, deed restrictions that are included in Schedule B. And if you do not object, this is where you have those 3 days or 5 days to object if you're going to be using the property in the right manner. If you do not object, you might as well say that, the buyer is agreeing to all any restrictions, exclusion, or exceptions. So if you don't change anything or you don't object, that means you're okay with it. And typically, what we be looking for is, can I use this for residential, or can I use this for commercial? Whatever you want to use it for, that's what you're looking for in this section. Okay. Schedule B, particularly for the buyers. Schedule C, we talked about clear to close. So this is information that needs to be addressed, particularly from the seller standpoint. But sometimes if the items doesn't get clear from Schedule C, it may go over to B, and then it becomes, a part of the buyer's part to address. But in here, the title company requires Schedule C, such as liens, probates, abstracts of judgment, old payoffs. They're going to try to get all of that stuff paid off or up to date prior to letting this deal close. And that's why we pay them that money. They're going to be able to make sure that this deal closes with no problems, or they'll notify everyone on what needs to be done in order for to get this deal closed. So it's very important. Okay. Failing to address any issues in Schedule C prior to closing could delay or even possibly prevent you from closing. So it's really important to get those issues covered. And then you have Schedule D. It's really the disclosures. It includes information about who would share title premium, and otherwise, it identifies the title information and the amount of the title premium. So this pretty much finalizes the transaction once you get to this point, and they can transfer this or record this cleanly into the new buyer's name. So that's it. I mean, this is a quick and short presentation about, the title commitment. But I think, like I said, a lot of times we get so fast and we don't understand, or a buyer may ask us a question about these things and we don't know where to look, or we don't know what to tell them. We can always, and I always suggest, don't try to interpret anything. Use your title partners, your escrow officer, whatever title company you're at. They will help you answer any questions that your buyer or seller may have, and they're the professionals. So any questions about the title commitment or anything that I can probably point you in the right direction?
No, I don't think so, Robert. Thank you.
Yeah, it's sweet and easy tonight. See, you get some of your time back today.
Okay.
Some good information, but sweet and to the point. All
Yes.
right.
And do you keep this in that area on our website, that learning materials, etc.?
Yes, ma'am. Well, this is going to be on our webinar link, where you can check out all of the previous webinars, and you can use it to replay if you want to, or if you just want to download the information. Yes, it's going to be there. And I'm pretty sure once we get integrated 100%, everything will probably be on the dashboard at some point in time, which is our Bullseye system.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
I haven't even been into that in a couple months, I think.
Yeah, I know, because we got to get used to it. As we get used to it, we'll go in there more. But listen, they sent out an email, I want to say yesterday. It's got a lot of new content in there. I know everyone been asking about the CRM. That's supposed to be in there. So go in there and check it out. There's a lot of good communication in there, especially with training too, because we always got training going on through the week. So if you have some concerns or want to learn about something, some of this stuff can even be CE credit. So go in there and
Yeah.
check out anything. And even if you have questions, you don't know what's going on in the company, they have agents that are monitoring that system at all times to be able to answer questions. So it's good to
Okay.
use that if you just don't know what to do or have questions about something and you just need a response.
Okay, thanks, Robert.
All right, no problem. So bullseye. So
Okay.
that's all I have for tonight on the title commitment. If you think of anything else, this is my phone number and my email address, but of course you can find it online. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
keep
I
you
think I got it.
Oh yeah, we've talked before
Yeah,
for sure. Yes, ma'am.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So have a good evening. If you think of anything or have any questions, just reach out to me. But tonight I saved you guys some time.
Yeah, you did. Thank
All
you,
right.
Robert.
Go eat some
Okay,
dinner and relax now.
yeah, okay, good night.
All right. Good night, guys. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yep.